I think the problem that she has is the British people have found her out. You know, it's basically the problem she has is the obnoxious way she treats people. She uses them to gain whatever she wants, and then she spits them out, and once they're no longer of any use to her, she just cuts them dead.
Who has she done that to?
Prime example. Sorry?
Who has she done that to, in your opinion?
Her ex-husband, the people she was connected to.
Well, we don't know anything about what happened with her ex-husband.
Finished.
Okay, but why do you automatically...
Explain to you.
Okay.
I'm trying to explain to you, but if you cut me off...
Well, no, I need you to give me evidence for what you're saying, because it's very close to defamation of character, what you're saying.
You asked for examples, and I'll give you examples.
Right.
Her ex-husband, the connected people that...
What happened with her ex-husband? I don't know. Why do you know?
Who tried to introduce her to society. Once they have no use to her, she cut them off. But she's used the royal family to gain what she wants, so she can social climb. What she did with her ex-husband is she married him because he was a TV and film producer. He could open doors for her. But, you know, once he was of no use to her anymore, she'd got what she wanted. She divorced him. They were married for less than 2 years.
But don't you think you could accuse any woman who marries into the royal family of social climbing? You could just as easily, and not that I would, but you could just as easily level that accusation at Kate Middleton or Fergie, could you not?
I'm sorry, you can't, not at Kate. Look at the way she treated Kate's
Why not?
servants. Look at the way she treated Kate's servants. She made them... She's just absolutely disgusting.
Kate's servants,
and she made Kate cry. Well, Kate had to pull her up and say, you don't speak to servants that way.
Right.
She's got an obnoxious attitude to other people. To other people who are below her, she treats them like dirt. Now, the problem she's got is...
But what, right, so she made Kate cry on one occasion. What other evidence do you... She's made Kate cry on one occasion, according to the tabloids. How do we know that Kate has never made Meghan cry, but we just don't know about it?
Well, we would know about it if she had. Kate would never do that. Look, Kate doesn't treat people the way this person treats other people, especially those below her.
What are your sources, James? Where have you got this information?
She cuts them off once they are no longer of use to her. Well, I'll give you a source. Lizzie Cundy. She was introduced to her. Lizzie could open doors for her helper. Well, you know, get connected.
Lizzie Cundy, the ex-footballer's wife?
There's other people who are associates of Lizzie Cundy who also say she used them. Once they're no longer of any use, she's cut them dead.
Okay, thank you, James. So this is the evidence we have on the table on the one side. So on the one side, we've got clear evidence of a bias against Meghan and Harry, possibly fueled by racism, definitely fueled by this idea of who does she think she is. She has the temerity to be divorced, to not be a virgin, to not be white, to not be the things that we associate with a royal bride. On the other hand, we have our evidence from James that apparently she once made Kate cry, and Lizzie Cundy doesn't think much of her. Which of those do you find the most persuasive, I wonder?
The caller's scathing assessment of Meghan Markle's behaviour paints a, well, pretty disturbing picture of a woman who has allegedly used and discarded people to serve her own social climbing ambitions. He claims that the British public has found her out, exposing Meghan's purported tendency to use people to gain whatever she wants, and then she just spits them out. This pattern, the caller argues, extends to her treatment of the royal family, whom he believes she leveraged merely as a means to an end, to social climb and advance her own interests. Furthermore, the caller alleges that Meghan displays an obnoxious attitude towards others, including reportedly making the Duchess of Cambridge cry and treating palace staff like dirt. These damning accusations suggest a, troubling lack of empathy and regard for those around her, putting Meghan's character and motivations firmly in the crosshairs of public scrutiny. The caller claims that Meghan has a reputation for using people to get what she wants, and then simply discarding them once she's achieved her goals. He alleges that she has treated people, including the servants of the Duchess of Cambridge, with an obnoxious attitude and like dirt. The caller even goes so far as to say that Meghan made Kate Middleton cry, demonstrating a complete disregard for the feelings and well-being of others. This pattern of behaviour, the caller believes, is evidence that Meghan has been using her royal titles and connections to social climb, rather than truly caring about the people around her. The British public, the caller argues, has found her out and can see through her manipulative tactics, which is why there is less sympathy for the Sussexes these days. The caller's accusations against Meghan paint a troubling picture of a woman who has ruthlessly used the royal family to advance her own agenda. According to the caller, Meghan has used the royal family to gain what she wants so she can social climb. Rather than embracing the privilege and responsibility that comes with being a member of the royal household, Meghan is alleged to have treated people like dirt, including Kate's servants, and even making the Duchess of Cambridge herself cry. The caller's claim that Meghan's problem is that the British people have found her out suggests a growing sentiment that the Duchess of Sussex has been exploiting her royal status for personal gain, with little regard for the traditions and protocols of the institution she married into. The caller expressed his outrage over the sympathy shown towards Meghan and Harry, claiming that the British public has found her out. He believes that Meghan has been using people, including the royal family, to social climb and gain what she wants, only to spit them out once she's achieved her goals. The caller cited Meghan's alleged treatment of her ex-husband and the royal family as evidence of her obnoxious attitude and her willingness to treat people like dirt. He firmly believes that the Duchess of Sussex is undeserving of the sympathy she has received, and that the British public has finally seen through her true nature. The caller insists that Kate Middleton would never engage in the kind of social climbing behaviour that he alleges Meghan has exhibited. He suggests that the Duchess of Cambridge is fundamentally different from Meghan and would not use the royal family merely as a means to an end. In contrast, the caller believes that Meghan has ruthlessly leveraged her connection to the royals to advance her own personal agenda, treating people like dirt along the way. He cites Meghan's reported mistreatment of Kate's servants and the incident where Meghan allegedly made the Duchess cry as evidence of her obnoxious attitude and disregard for others. For the caller, the contrast between Meghan's behaviour and Kate's more humble, gracious approach is stark and well revealing of the former's true character.